We're here on the official, unofficial Goody with you, Marca, Penny. Welcome. Welcome to the good luck charm, of course, Penny.
I know.
Yeah, I'm a little leprechaun, aren't I?
Yeah. Thank you. From the bottom of our hearts,
See?
thank you.
It's the utopia that I spoke about. It's happening.
Thank you for everything. It's changed my life the last few weeks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Us winning.
I actually said that to you today, I think. Like, just the general difference in mood.
Yeah, we spoke about it. Well, because we pretended like in the first 5 weeks, we're like, it's just a game. Let's not let it, get to it. It's like, whatever.
As if.
And it's so much more than that.
It is.
And
it's everything.
It just bubbles away in the surface. You don't even know. And things have been great the last few weeks. And I'm like, I wonder why.
It's funny how also you speak about sometimes in the review show you say like, oh, we like Dee's fans have woken up feeling good. It's crazy how I genuinely wake up and then I remember that we've won and I'm like, fuck yes.
I know. It's the best. And for me this week, everyone knows I hate Sydney. And the Sydney thing is a rivalry with
you say that
my family.
To most opposition sides.
You do.
I had a lot.
You've got Essendon, Sydney. Pies. What's with Pies?
Give us
Pies
top
is more
three.
of a...
Pies is a weird, like, I actually respect Collingwood
Yeah.
because Collingwood eerily feels like Liverpool to me. Like, they're just so crazy passionate. But I hate them. But then... To be completely honest with you, I almost don't put them in there. I put Geelong in there.
Yeah.
Of course. And then the one that we share that's mutual is Hawthorn. And then other than that, it probably just subsides a bit. Like when West Coast are up and about again, like that'll come back at some point.
Yeah.
But that's probably it. So it's only 5 teams.
Yeah.
Really. Like Carlton, I've started to understand in recent years.
Nah, mate.
What's there to understand?
Well,
Nothing.
I never understood it because we were shit and they were shit, and then suddenly they came good, and then I started to understand how belligerent and how annoying and how aggressive
Because
they
of
are.
a particular semi-final.
When they missed out on the 8
No.
by percentage, I was joyous. That was a joyous occasion.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Collingwood, and thank you, Nick,
Yes, incredible scenes.
our producer. That's actually one of the great home and away games ever, by the way.
Mental.
Jamie Elliott. The fans in the stands at that end, which is the Collingwood end, when
City end.
when he kicked that goal, it's like soccer.
Yeah.
It was mental. Like, I absolutely love that. So well done, Nick. We'll give you that one. But fuck off next
Nick,
week.
that was all you,
Fuck off.
Fuck off next week.
1 week at a time.
However, let's talk Sydney and then we can talk St Kilda. But firstly, Sydney. Sunday, MCG, beautiful day. You didn't get there. You're feeling a bit crook.
I was unwell. I've been unwell all week, but starting to feel a little bit more well. Not the suburb, but yeah.
Morwell. That was such a niche. Oh, not Morwell.
That's goes out to all my Morwell fans. But yeah,
Who lives in Morwell?
I wasn't able to get to the game, but gutted that I wasn't. But had a ripping time at home watching it, and it was the whole game. Like I can't remember a time when it was the whole game when we were just. Yes, we weren't kicking goals in that second quarter, but we were doing everything else so right. I will definitely say that Sydney are down at the moment, and they're definitely missing a bit of personnel. But lots of teams are in the comp at the moment, but they never looked like it. And even I was speaking to some people during the game during that second quarter, and people were getting frustrated with the misses, saying it might come back to haunt us. I didn't feel at all for 1 second that we were going to lose that game.
I'm the same. Even when Sydney mounted their little comeback, they got it back to 16 points early in the third quarter. I just had this sense of calm and control when I was watching it. Beautiful thing when they got it back to that margin is the main man who stepped up, Cozzy, when he just binned one from 55 on the boundary line. And I was just like, see you later, Sydney.
Good.
And from that point onwards, it became party time in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. I can't remember the last time I've been at a game or watched a game and felt genuinely comfortable like that. Like, it never happens. The intensity from the get-go from Melbourne was just absolutely palpable.
The thing, though, Penny, is like we've spoken about this heaps, Marca, we have always lacked a killer instinct.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Nuggets. He called it.
Yeah. He said 60 points, eh?
He was adamant. He's just like, yeah, we're going to pump him.
From
And I was
40
like,
to 32.
Who? Yeah, you did
and
call
he
it,
never
didn't you?
does that.
Yeah.
That was
It's not
big.
like Adzi being over there being like, yeah, it's a 80-point win or something.
Just quietly, last week's pod was amazing.
It's,
I think we did all
You were
right.
extraordinary in the chair.
it's nice to be on this side though. That's
Yeah.
not my thing. I'm
no,
not
but
a-
you were
You slipped
you were
right in there.
enormous.
I'm
Yeah.
not a leader of conversation.
No. You were fantastic. Penny was great. Nuggets, you can get fucked.
No, he did really well as well.
No, he was all right, but calling me goody. I'm gonna lean. I'm gonna lean into it. I think you missed it off the top. I was like, goody,
Yeah.
Penny,
yeah.
Marca.
I did
Just
miss
let
it
it
off the
slide.
top.
Yeah, you're like,
That's
what?
right over my head. Yeah.
You're like, goody?
Yeah.
What?
Weird start.
No, that's okay.
Get me back in the chair.
You need to be in the chair.
Yeah.
But no, I'll embrace that. But last week was awesome. I was listening very hungover. Actually, my birthday when I was listening hungover. And this is, I don't want to promote drinking, but I had a wedding and I was tanked. And
I mean, if you're gonna go, the extra mile,
Of
weddings are usually the place to do.
This is the funny thing, though. I'm sitting in bed with the lappy watching pod, and Fee and I had been up for about 3 hours, and we both at the same moment clued on, and Fee was like, "Happy birthday!" I was like, "It's my birthday." I'd forgotten for 3 hours when I woke up it was my
Oh my
birthday
god.
because we were that.
And we're getting on.
That says everything. But
I
the
never do that.
The pod last week was unbelievable. So thank you. You did a great job, and Nick did an excellent job, as he always does.
As always,
No more
thanks,
ears
Nick.
bleeding. Thank you.
However, the one thing I need to do, because I just want to start the show and then we can speak about a new addition to planet Earth, Adzie's little one.
For sure. Yeah, great shout.
Congratulations.
So Adzie and Alice have had a little boy called Jack,
Cute.
obviously named after Jack Viney, for sure.
Really?
Not Billings.
Straight into it.
Probably not.
Dark eyes come out. It's all posy vibes this week. Come on.
So named after a favourite son of the football club, Jack Viney. So no, it's beautiful. A shout out to Alice. Hope she's feeling good and
Absolutely.
happy and healthy. But we got some photos sent through from Adzi this week, and he looks absolutely smitten. So big shout out to Adzi. He's going to be the best dad of all time, by the way. Imagine if Matt Adams was your dad.
Yeah, he'll slip into that role seamlessly.
Yeah, you are lucky.
Time to get mini tub. We need to get a little mini booties.
True.
situation
Mini
going
tub.
on.
We had baby
Mini tub.
merch once upon a time.
I was throwing tub out so much, by the way.
Oh,
You've got,
yeah, I know.
You've got a lot of tub to.
Yeah, so
send out.
just quickly on tub.
Oh, Robbo!
So Robbo this week, we did Robbo's rundown, and Robbo, this is to preface said tub section coming up later.
Okay.
Love it.
But Robbo did sign it.
Beautiful.
Rob was in here from the Sash paneling that one, and
Did you just sign one, or were you just
just-
get him to sign a few?
no,
Why are you here, mate?
Yeah.
he just
There's a
signed
whole
one.
tub, man.
Now I'm gonna give this out to. I reckon I'm gonna make it a competition for this week.
It's for next week.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So
You can't do past. Yeah.
correct. So if you're sending
Now that
in
they know what's on the line.
True. So you know what's on the line. So make them amazing. Get creative, and we'll judge it. So we'll judge who the best one is, and maybe I'll find 5 of the best ones, and then we can roll through them, and then the winner will be sent out. This Robbo one. So
Nice.
pretty cool.
Hopefully you actually send it out.
I've got a few orders to do.
You've got a few parcels to make.
And I've got a list. So look, it comes with the caper, it comes with the territory. But so happy for Adzi, little Jack. It's very beautiful. Another demon. I feel like Jack might be coming into a world that isn't as traumatic as the one that we've lived, maybe as well.
Let's not hold our breath.
Life is long, my friend.
So we'll see.
It's part of the caper of being a Melbourne supporter. I
No
think.
regrets.
It'll always be up and down, I think.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And so be it.
Look,
Will we
it would
ever be a Geelong?
It would be so boring. Why would you even want
To be a Geelong or a Hawthorn where you're just
Absolutely.
constantly
boring.
up?
That's boring.
Yeah.
No.
I agree. I kind of
Because-
agree.
Yeah, you
Every-
want
like,
one
think
every
back-
50, 60 years. That's what
Think
you want.
Think back to how you felt in 2021 after being starved for so long.
So hang on, you want Jack? So little Jack, he'll watch this in maybe 5 years and understand what a podcast is.
He'll booknote all of these.
So
Not one every 50 years. I reckon you want to see at least 2 grand finals in your lifetime.
So hang on, Jack. So Jack's going to be like 52 for the next one.
Yeah, if he's lucky.
He will have had 2 knee replacements. He can still get down to the G.
Yeah.
That is so sad because that means we won't see another one potentially.
Did you say you've seen 7? Crazy.
It depends. It depends on how good your genes are.
True. So we see another one when we're in our 80s or late 80s.
Fuck, I better hang on. Stop drinking. Stop taking drugs.
No. It's all about genes.
Luckily, I don't
Keep
smoke.
doing that stuff. It's all about the genes.
Oh, that's good. So back to Sydney.
Back to Sydney. Well,
Electric
the number
ones.
behind me, number 5, it was awesome to see
Oh.
Christian Petrarca get a win in his first milestone win, as he mentioned. And I feel like all the players, love was the theme in pre-season, wasn't it? But you could definitely see it on the weekend. And when he binned that goal as well, I was bedbound, but I put an arm up in celebration. It was awesome to see. I really liked his performance.
When they played that Tamore, I lost my shit. That was so fun.
I didn't really
Tracks
understand.
was you didn't understand it? That's Tamore.
No, I know, but I think I was just having a moment talking to Rawlo and a few other people in standing room, and then it was after the fact that people were speaking about it.
So you didn't see that?
No, I just didn't really understand what was going on. I was too immersed in my own conversation, which is normally what happens with me. So
Yeah.
I don't know. What did they played? That's Amore.
After Track's goal.
Okay.
But what I want to know is whether the players chose their own songs or if they chose them.
Were there
for
multiple
them.
songs
Yeah,
or
because
just-
everyone had a different song.
Ugh.
And
I don't like that.
but what I liked was that there was a lot of First Nations music.
Got
that
it.
was
That's
woven
beautiful.
in, and I'm not sure whether the players chose their own songs or not. But That's
Yeah.
Amore came out, and I was like, that is so funny.
I, for one, the thing that got me going massively was round 1, the jig.
Oh,
The Irish jig was
I wasn't
insane.
there for the jig.
That
jig was insane.
I just could not
I'm
fathom
really
what the jig was
sad that I
doing to
missed
me
that.
and my body. But
There's one thing the club
everyone
need to
else
do
does
though.
the song after every goal, and I'm just kind of like,
Nah,
I
I'm
don't
not big,
know.
but do you know what? The thing that kind of annoys me is when people talk about Charlie Cameron and Country Road.
Oh, I hate this.
Yeah, but this is the point. This is the very point. You hate it, and all the other opposition fans hate it. Mate, the Brisbane Lions fans don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They're like, we don't care, it's our thing, and they lean into it and they get around it. So the thing that I want Melbourne to do, and I actually hit up one of the marketing managers at the club, they put up a post about Cozzy Pickett, your defence is terrified.
Yeah.
I'm pushing this hard with the club. If we beat Collingwood on King's birthday, you have to play that after the game. Because everyone will just get involved and everyone will get mental and everyone will sing it and revel in it. And the reason why is because it's this thing that's happened in soccer overseas, particularly in England. When Liverpool won the title, they've done it. I think Nottingham Forest do it after they win games. They just chuck it on and everyone just goes bonkers.
But you have that context behind you. I feel like 99% of the fans, when that song would play, I'm not sure if they would know what to sing.
Cam Burt, who's behind us, who does the Casey report with me, he's a big Aston Villa supporter. I feel like the percentage would be a lot higher than you realise. The other thing as well.
So what percentage are we talking?
I reckon
10% people.
I reckon if you have 10% of people getting into it, and it's like, "Cause he's on fire, your defence is terrified."
Yeah.
I reckon it would just be so easy to get others involved.
You don't need to be a football fan to know that song's an absolute banger. And
Banger.
if the vibes
No,
are
I know
high,
it's a
people are going to
banger.
get into it.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
well.
absolutely.
But club, I'm going to hit up the club again. Club must play if we beat Collingwood on King's birthday and build it around Cozzy. And Cozzy will love it. Imagine little Coz out there with his cute little smile, and everyone's getting around him. He's a brick.
It'd be mint. I'd be keen on that. He was insane.
Little Cos, by the way.
You know how on the first sorry, I'm sick. Don't speak over me. You know how in the first episode you were asking me what numbers I had on the back of my jumpers. So I've reflected on that a bit, and I think I just didn't have any numbers.
Yeah.
So I'm going to
No
get
number?
the Indigenous jersey from this year and put 36 on it.
Love that.
Nice.
Because I think I just had the one jumper with 3 on the back for so long because I never grew. And then I was probably not into getting numbers when I was like in my late teens because I was too busy clubbing.
There were some people
And still clubbing.
who had lots of mini numbers on their back. Do you ever remember those jumpers?
Nah, that's
Or a bit,
whack.
yeah.
Mini, hang
into
on,
that.
mini numbers.
Like there were lots of numbers
Where
on
do you
their
even get them
backs.
from?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Anyway, that was an aside.
Anyway, that was a little memory for me.
Anyway, I've decided.
Message
I'm gonna get
in
my,
if you
my
remember
second
any of the
number.
mini numbers. I was 5.
you're 5.
5, and then 11's on that one over there.
Jim.
The gym.
Big Jim. Yeah, we love that. But so the Sydney game. So the one thing that I was big on, I've been preaching this on the review show, preaching it on the show with Robbo. I think even Cam and I did a segment at the end of the Casey report because we're like, we don't really want to talk about the Magoos. We'd rather talk about the seniors.
I've got some stories about the Magoos from the weekend.
I know, but
No, just go.
we'll get to it in a sec. But the big message at the moment is we are a team in sync.
Yeah, well, it's connection. I think you've
You've spoken about it.
It's simple. It's just connection and
Coach Marca.
cohesion is everything. Continuity is everything in football. Like if you look at any team who has success, whether that even be making it to the top 4 or whatever it is, they always have a period where they have the same team front up. There may be 1, maximum 2 changes within like a 10-week period, like where they're healthy.
Yeah.
And it's like their best players. It's the most important thing. And we don't have the depth like we used to. And if there's a couple of injuries, then, our team does change a lot. We just simply don't have the luxury of having people to come in and, your role, similar to what like a Collingwood is. So for those first 5 weeks, it was just changing and chopping and Goody was spruiking that this new game plan was happening, but you were kind of like, what is this new game plan? But
maybe you can't see it because there were so many changes across the teams.
And it's definitely like, there's definitely a little like a nod to what we used to do so well, which is just that, which you have to be the best in terms of that contested, the pressure. Yeah. Like you just have to do that if you're going to win games of footy, to put pressure on the opposition. But there's a dare to it now. There's a risk that's happening. And with winning comes confidence, and that gives those players and all the players confidence to take it on and to go for that kick that maybe we weren't going for in the first 5 rounds. So
yeah, that's what I was going to say about the confidence, especially also coming from a place of like going so poorly and then like turning that around. I think that must be such an amazing feeling for the team.
Well, just any people that have played team sport, like when you're working on something,
megahertz.
When you're working on something really hard and you're losing
for a long
exactly.
time. Imagine doing, it's a full-time job for them. Imagine doing a whole pre-season where, the coaches, it's not just Goody.
Yeah.
There's a whole team of them who are spruiking, so many different messages around changing what they've been doing really well for a few years, but they're like, these are the things we need to change.
Yeah.
But that's why Goody, when he was so steadfast in what he was...
Which I couldn't believe. We couldn't believe at the
I
time.
can't believe how far we've come.
Yeah, we're like, mate, what are you talking
I know.
about? He's like, it's almost there. And I'm like, no, it's not.
That's why he's a head coach of an AFL
For
side.
sure. And I'm drinking a DB on a Thursday night.
Yeah, I think
doing?
like obviously like as you were saying, there's like so many moving parts with football. Like obviously there's the physicality, but there's like so much like of the mental game that needs to shift. And I don't mean mental, I just mean like the intellectual side of like implementing a new plan that people forget about. That like, these players when they're trying to make these like changes, there must be so much going on for them. And like, yeah, of course it's going to take time.
But you just need reinforcement that your strategy and your plan makes sense and it works.
Yeah,
so
we can't jump ship. Like,
no.
let's stay the
Stick it
course.
out.
Stay the course.
Exactly. But when it starts to click, like you can imagine the players at the moment, and a few of them have effectively said this in interviews in the last couple of weeks, where the message is we're having fun. That's simple.
Yeah.
Like
You can see it.
Clary said it as well in his post-match. He just goes like it's just fun to play footy at the moment. And what fun means to me when I watch them at the moment is when you, as you said, Marcus, so perfectly, when you train for something in the preseason over and over and over and over and over again, and then you have this 5-week period where it doesn't really work out. We had horrible fourth quarter fade outs. But then when it clicks for the very first time, like it did against Fremantle, Goody simply would have just got them into the rooms, got them in during the week and gone, all right, that's evidence that this thing can work that we've been working on.
Yep.
And then on the weekend against Sydney, they were playing with a freedom with their ball movement from the back half that I haven't seen in God knows how long. And then the second thing that they were doing that you mentioned just before as well, every single time Sydney got the ball in their back half, it was like Melbourne just setting up the grid. May and Lever, I was watching them, they did sweet F all during the game. They just positioned themselves so beautifully because they've played so many games of AFL. They were just like conductors. They were like,
Yeah, I was.
they were like, you go there, and then it was McVee, Bowie, it was Salem, it was Windsor, it was Langford and Lindsay dropping back and supporting. It was Langdon sometimes dropping back and supporting. And those guys were the ones that were like doing all the work. And May and Lever had just like set up the wall and they were just like directing traffic. It was so beautiful because it was like, we've got our system set up behind the ball again, which we haven't had for 2 years. And then not only that, it was this forward handball game that we've seen the past 6 weeks that they've finally figured out. Like, I feel like in the first 5 weeks, there were just so many times where a player decided to take the kick either into the corridor or into the 50, and the option was, no, there's an extra handball or two in the chain. Because now what you're seeing is like they do 4 or 5, 6 quick handballs to each other, and then suddenly a player's out and he's got space, or they hit the forward handball and it opens up the entire forward 50. It was so sick to watch it because Rollo and I were just turning to each other and we're just going, they fucking figured it out.
Yeah.
Like they've literally figured out whatever they've been training on for however long. And May and Lever were having a field day. They were just sitting behind the ball, just like, Sonny's on, fuck, this is amazing.
It was kind of similar to round one. Like we played that pretty well.
We did.
Obviously, there was that last, Keith bins that goal and he usually kicks it on the full. But
AJ.
From then, it was more about
AJ missed.
more of a confidence thing, sorry, where it was just it was just skill errors.
Yeah.
And then it gets in your head of like, it's that confidence thing. Winning is confidence.
Yeah.
That's literally it's what it is.
Clearance game has gone
And
through
we
the
still
roof
have
as well.
issues with finishing. Like we're still, quarter 2 on the weekend is evident of that.
Just quickly on clearance, Penny, the interesting thing about clearance, and again, I think footy's a really simple game. Like footy is about pressure on the ball carrier. It really is. People overcomplicate it. Put pressure on the ball carrier, create turnovers. The other part of it is goal kicking, taking your chances. And then the third part of it is...
Through the big sticks in the middle,
That's
guys,
it.
yeah?
And then the third thing is just win your one-on-one battles. And the thing from clearance that's so evident to me, in the first 5 rounds, someone would either hack kick out of clearance and it would just be too easy for the opposition interceptors to set up. And then the other thing is, now when we come out of clearance, it's like, okay, take that extra step. Do I need to get a handball back inside to then go outside? And then suddenly you've released a player that's got players coming out, leading forward at you. And then you're like, all right, who's my option? It's just clean.
Yeah,
it's just cleaner.
The complete
it's a lot
buy-in
cleaner.
from so many different players, and maybe we can kind of all throw 1 or 2 up right now of, who do you need? And coming into the season, it was like, if we're going to do anything, these are the players that we need to actually be performing consistently. And I'll throw out Salem because he's my boy, but like he's definitely someone that just adds that polish that it's a kicking game, and especially these days where you need to be able to split apart structures or whatever it is and how people set up or grids. Like, you just need to have people who can move the ball by foot well. And I'm loving that he's back, you know.
The only number on your jumper, number 3.
Keep it.
Keep it forever.
I know that jumper's like this big now.
Yeah, the other one I want to champion as well, who, like, you know, I've definitely been very critical of in the past is Sparrow as well. Like, and you know, you don't, I don't need to have him having, or like need to see him having big numbers, but when he does impact, like, it's awesome. And what he does without the ball is the reason why we're doing so well. That pressure, that tackling, like he's been awesome. So they've been probably 2 for me, where it's like, this is the reason why there's been a bit of a resurgence of late, like the buy-in of those kinds of players.
What about you, Pen? Who are the couple of players that you've been like, mini barometers? Maybe some of the unheralded ones, because we can talk about Gawn and Petrarca and
Yeah,
Claus.
and like there's obviously Bowie and things like that.
Who's been
I
amazing.
mean, like Judd McVee's like finding
Yes.
his form again,
for
which is
sure.
like nice to see. And because
Spot
like
on.
he is like one of those people who can actually kick.
True.
And then I guess like I don't know, but I just wanted to go back a little bit in terms of what you were saying with like doing those 1 or 2 extra handballs. Like, people actually in the right position to receive like a crazy handball over the shoulder or something like that, which is like something that they were doing at the start, but there was like never anyone there to like actually receive the handball. So you have to be like so prepared and ready to take those like risky kind of ball movements.
Just setting up, yeah, for sure.
Who else? Yeah, I wanted to say Sparrow as well, because he has been so quiet, but yeah, and again, like, doesn't have to be like one of those players that is like, you know, having crazy like touches every week. But yeah, I also think
it's great to see him popping back.
Eddie
up
Langdon
again.
and also
That
coming
was
back
the one.
into form as well.
That was the one.
Because
That
like
was
all
yours.
the wingers
Yeah.
and like the people that are like doing the
Ed's
movement, like
Ed's
the
playing.
meters gained.
Ed's playing the best footy this like 5-6 week patch. Best footy since 21.
You know what's crazy as well though? Like,
Easily.
his finishing is it's what it is. What it is. But like, yeah, I think it would be crazy if he had like an amazing. He's got a good kick, but
Did you hear what Benny
he
Lee
always
said?
kicks it up
No.
so high.
Benny Lee said if Ed was an incredible kick,
Yeah.
he'd be a top tenner in the comp.
he wouldn't be top 10.
Oof, I got some backlash about our podcast.
He
saying,
would definitely be. He would be the best wingman.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
Oh, well, Gouldens. But is Goulden
Is
a
Goulden
wingman?
a wingman? If
He's now a
Goulden's
mid.
he would be like Goulden. If he had Goulden's kick,
He
so
would
are
be
we
like,
saying
yeah, that's what I kind of said. I said if he had Goulden's kick, he'd be the best winger with
Goulden's
Goulden.
got he's got a better football kind of like he sees the game better and he splits lines better.
I think Benny's point's pretty spot on though. Like he would be an infinitely better player, but he's still a
but
very good
but
player.
You could say that. I mean, I just
About Jack
I
Viney.
feel like he's always in the right position to receive the ball, but it's always like under pressure. So that's why his kicks are always kind of a bit off, because you never really. I feel like sometimes he doesn't have the space, but at the same, So he's like he kicks it like with a little bit too much pressure around him, and then they always go so high, and then it
But-
like creates like too
I
much.
tend to
Yeah,
agree with
but
that.
also
There are a
what-
lot under
and-
pressure.
And what a mentor for Lindsay to have.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because you
he's
can
gonna
really
be
see that he's kind of
insane.
emulating,
Yeah.
you know, what he needs to be doing on that
I love
other wing.
wingers.
And speaking of someone who can
Lingers
kick,
the wingers.
you know, he's this young player who has an amazing boot on him, but just to kind of like to model that work rate, I think, and you can kind of see it in Lindsay's game.
He just needs to
In
be
how
able
he
to
gets
ride his
back.
bike to and from the G.
Yeah, just make
Wonder
sure
where
he
he
can
lives.
ride your bike, and that's fine. But Chin's another one. You know, there's you could
And
kind
they're
of
all
make a case for
they've all
everyone.
been so good. That's like why we're playing
Except
well.
for
It's
AJ,
like
that
everyone's-
someone's been talking.
Yeah, everyone's been.
I love
chipping
AJ.
in.
Yeah, so
I'm loving him.
I love him.
I'm happy with what he's doing, but
Same.
for us to be even better, I will say that I want either Jeffo or JVR to be knocking the door down and coming into the team.
Okay, that's fair. And I think we probably need that. We need healthy competition. We
Yes,
need
absolutely.
we
We've got
need-
T-Mac waiting now.
Sure.
Let's have some key forwards who are really pushing.
Do we touch on that, T-Mac? Wasn't that funny? Like the outburst. I was upset But then you look at how well Turner played.
No,
Yeah.
but Disco, you
Disco
can't drop.
was
I was
so
saying you can't
incredible
drop
last
Disco.
week.
Yeah.
He's been amazing.
No, I know. But the funny thing was the outrage of T-Mac going out. And I was one of them.
I was outraged, but I also think that maybe it's more of a management. I don't think it was like based on performance or he doesn't have a spot in the team. I feel like maybe they want to rest him.
Even if it is, I kind of said that as well. But even if it isn't, I just feel like you can't have Lever, May, and T-Mac only because you have to have like at least a few backmen who are quite dynamic when the ball hits the ground, and Disco moves he just simply moves better than all of those three guys.
He's got that young blood.
He's got those young ligaments
I know.
that can stretch and bend.
Please do not do an ACL.
It's funny his nickname's Disco.
Mm.
The way he just moves and dances himself through traffic and picks the ball up, he is so agile for a tall guy.
Yeah, agreed.
Like, he is so impressive.
Yeah.
It was always going to take time with Disco. To your point, all he ever needed was continuity.
Yeah, because he just kept playing a couple games, getting injured.
Yeah.
And I said at the start, he was my breakout. I was like, if he plays 10 in a row, he can do anything, this guy.
You've absolutely nailed that one.
Yeah.
He's genuine breakout. Someone else said Bowie, so I reckon they've just got you covered. I said JVR, who we should speak about.
Bowie's been a gun. Disco has never been a gun, though. Bowie's won a flag for us.
Yeah.
Breakout to me is like you haven't proven yourself.
Yeah, I don't think Bowie was on the breakout list.
Yeah, no.
So
I'm not surprised by what Bowie's doing at the moment. He's a gun.
No,
he was
no,
a gun beforehand.
I said this with Robbo yesterday. I said,
but Disco's never been like a gun. Like
no,
he's
but
never
no.
really
But
proven himself.
Bowie was his announcement. His was
Okay.
his announce. Marker at the footy for anyone that's watching on YouTube and listening. So, like, who was it?
It was JVR.
Was it JVR?
It was like any time he got near it. I think it was the Kangaroos game. I was like, announce yourself on the competition.
It was so good because he just like the ball would be like midair and then Marco would be like, announce.
Oh my God.
And you're just like, you're sitting next to him. It's a bit jarring.
Yeah, he's just.
I think what Robbo was saying about, you were making those comparisons between AJ and JVR, like crashing packs and things, and like how JVR needs to be able to like have that confidence to just like fucking get in there.
Yes. Go for it was the message
Big time.
from Robbo. So, do we speak about Jacob and do we speak about an incident that happened on the weekend?
Jacob
Van Rooyen.
Yeah, I'll just quickly,
incident.
it's not that funny, but it's like just been replaying over and over in my head. But basically, I was DJing at a bar that's not going to be named last weekend for about 7 hours. And all the boys that played at Casey came in, celebrating their big win.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all standing behind the DJ booths. And I was like, I can't not say hi after I'd already DJ'd at one of the players' functions.
Yeah.
So obviously, like, I went through Colton first because, like, very approachable young man. And then I went to, like, reintroduce myself to JVR. He was sitting on a stool and it was like, really dark, and I tripped over one of his feet as I was, like, putting my hand out to, like, shake his hand and be like, hey, do you remember me? I played at the Great Gatsby function. And then as I was doing that, I tripped over the second foot, and then I just like fell into him. I had to like go in for the hug, and it was so awkward.
Did he pick you up off the ground?
No, he was sitting down and I was just
dropped
like
her.
hugging him. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I just tripped over both of your feet, and I've just been replaying it for the rest of my
Wow.
week. Yeah.
JVR, what does that mean? Is that a sign? Is that a signal? What does that mean,
I
guys?
think it was
Did it
karma.
seem like safe hands, or was he fumbly?
Huge. I think that it was karma.
Accurate.
And I was like, shit, he's going to find out what I've been saying.
Trampoline hands.
Don't say it again.
Oh,
I
shit,
actually
sorry.
checked if he followed the debrief because I was that anxious about it.
I
no
think
one
only
listens.
one.
Even if they, why would you listen?
I think
to
one
it?
player
exactly.
follows debrief on Insta. And like some former players do. Aaron Davey does, Robbo does, Nita follows it, but like
Nice.
Leon Shelley follows it. There's probably a few more former players. There's only one current player that
Don't
follows
need
it.
a name. We can.
And it was a big day,
No,
of
don't
footy,
need to
a big
name.
weekend of
We
footy
won't name,
for me.
but there's only one. That's okay. We'll talk about it later.
Big weekend, just me around the players all night, and then footy on Sunday. Great weekend.
Do you know what, Penny?
What?
I reckon you deserve that a little bit.
I did. I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did
And
you
that's
speak to
okay.
him about the Casey game? How did they go?
Well, talk to
because
Cam.
they smashed it.
Cam's here.
I was like, oh, big win today. Because I actually walked past, they played at Preston, right? Yeah, and unfortunately I missed it. But I was like at the market and I was like, oh, there's all these Casey games and it's quite close to my house. And I was like, yeah, big win at Casey. And he was like, oh, yeah, they're not a very good team anyway. And I was like, oh, you got to take the win.
Yeah. They suck, don't
Yeah.
they? Yeah, they're appalling.
But they were all there. And I was like, this is the best day of my life.
What did we win by? 70 odd? 71. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
70 odd.
It'd be so cool if the VFL, crazy they call it the VFL.
Don't talk about this again.
I'm
What
passionate
about?
about it.
What is it?
I don't want to do the rabbit hole.
What's
it was
the rabbit
it was
hole?
actually a great rabbit hole. I got quite a few messages about that.
I'm very passionate about it.
People just going, Marcus' points on the VFL were spot on.
Yeah.
What's your points? Can
It's
you
just a
summarise it?
stupid competition.
Give me the
Yes.
chat GP summary.
In summary, it's not VFL because all the original VFL teams are not in it, and it's played
It's not
in
Victorian.
multiple states.
Is that the summary? It's not Victorian. That's the short
Yeah, I
version.
said that.
And
short version.
the competition the competition isn't that strong. That's the main thing.
It's not that. Okay.
There should be more put into it to make it a stronger
Ask
competition.
the expert. The Casey report. Cam, is it a stupid competition?
Yes.
How stupid?
Well, it's the VFL and we play against Sydney this
Yeah,
weekend.
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
need another name for it.
It's more about anyway.
Anyway,
I don't
sorry,
wanna go
JV.
down
I
that
love
rabbit
you.
hole.
Bye.
Damn.
Oh,
That's
no.
a damn.
Oh,
DMs.
the headies. The headies.
What do we call them?
Oh,
again?
no. Oh, we got a technical problem.
Have we got another spill?
jeez, these aren't at all.
Oh, no. Oh, we got another spilled nuggets. So Rob saw that couch and he goes, nuggets? Seriously.
Without knowing, without seeing the.
Just went, well, he just thought it's beer and he just associated beer with nuggets.
I had
He was like, that's nuggets?
I'll put my hand up. I had a little.
You were the first one.
It was a little one.
I know. I just chose to ignore it because I wanted to throw Nug under the bus.
Yeah,
I love Nug, but we
Sorry.
love to argue.
for sure.
We're like
It's
Nug-
healthy. It's
but
healthy.
Nug's-
It's like
Nug's-
siblings.
Nug was my first proper friend from the year level below because we're in the same tutor group. So like Nug and I go way back.
Yeah.
He's my first one.
What's that? Year 10.
So we're like brothers. That's why we kind of argue a bit. Yeah.
The way that he picked up the
yeah,
beer like
I was
this.
year 10, he was year 9. And we used to give the tutor hell. Sorry, Mr. Molina. Poor guy. He copped it. We were naughty boys. All right. So,
And look where you turned out.
yeah, I know. Talking about the D's.
Not much has changed.
Yeah.
Still the same. That's okay.
How
Where are
many-
we?
do we have many
Thank
this
you.
week?
Yeah, we've got a few. And it's a nice little blend. We've got some creative ones, but then we've got some like informative ones, which I'm into.
Nerd.
Yeah, some nice some nice nerdy ones. So we're gonna start with.
About, I guess I'll shut
Oh, I
up.
wonder what
come
they're.
on.
I wonder what they're about,
Come
Tom.
on, Marca.
AJ?
Okay, wake up.
Maybe. Yeah, they're about the Melbourne Football Club. Yep,
AJ?
we'll say.
A bit more specific, mate.
Come
Oh,
on. We
sorry.
don't need a.
Any on the VFL?
JVR sent one in about Penny tripping over.
Nice.
He said, you assaulted me.
She's going to court.
Went in for the hug.
She's going to court. All right, so let's have a listen to Ethan. Now, I need to check my email as well. Oh, I don't really, but we're going to play Ethan to begin with.
Okay.
I like where he goes
Hello
with
again,
this.
lads and ladies.
Ladies.
Great win. Belt to ass. That's what we want. Probably would have beaten by 100 if we kick straight. Good for track. Good to see Clary back. Everyone getting around him. Brilliant week. Bit of a weird one. I was over in WA to watch the Melbourne Eagles game, and any time I go away, I always set myself a little project. Project I did this time was since 2000. Can I build the best starting 20? I think I went 26 or 27 just to get some names in there. Players who've played under 100 games for the Melbourne Football Club.
Cool.
I've got
I
the team.
love
I've got a
this.
photo. I've got a list of it.
Cool.
Just throwing it out there. If you guys want to analyze something on the on one of the podcasts. I'm not sure. I know you guys do like a preview and a post game, so I know there's not really like a fan segment besides the DMs. But I'm more than happy to shoot it through on your Instagram if you want to have a look at it. I thought it was a bit interesting. I'll be chucking it up on Facebook and Demonland as well. But if you guys want to analyse it on the podcast, there's some interesting names in that list. But anyway, great week. Go D's. Get a big dog up your Sydney.
I'm so about that.
Hey,
Ethan.
do you have a debrief email?
I've got a Backchat Studios email. I've
Answer
emailed
the question
Ethan.
just a yes or no. So you don't have a debrief.
I think I do, but I've
You
never
need
used
to
it.
get one because we're getting lots of people asking about, where to engage.
There's a few structural issues here.
I love that.
I know.
Because that's something that like you would be sitting around a table at whatever hour and just going through some of the heads.
Imagine us doing that with Nuggets and Adzi and obviously Penny, the five of us.
The players,
Penny, you're in there now.
it would be a sick
And
team.
JVR.
Guys, I'm still not in the WhatsApp group though.
Wait, would JVR get in that team maybe? No, I'm joking. Now, I thought of an obscure one, but let's go and name one each maybe.
Okay, well, there's an obvious.
It's the most
the
obvious.
most obvious. So I'm not even going to name
J.
it.
Kennedy Harris.
For me, like there was a window where when he was playing, he was doing, and it's mainly just because we've never had a
I
key.
like this.
We've never had like a key forward, be amazing. Not in the last, apart from me, it's not. Anyway, Mitch Clark, like
Oh,
you put
him in
when
there.
he was on,
Is this
He
people
would-
who've played
he
under
would-
100 games?
Yeah.
Of any...
no, just for Melbourne.
No, but of any, like,
mate, he
era.
would be.
No, just
he would
any era.
be
Yeah.
in goals when he was actually playing.
God, I'm so out
And
of my
then
depth.
Rowan Bale did this shocking kick to him in the pocket, which made him hurt his foot, and he fell over, and he never played for us again. Rowan Bale.
Whoa.
How do you fucking remember this shit?
Because
Because I'm a freak.
Go to therapy.
I'm a freak too. And I've got kids, poor kids. They're going to be freaks as
Nah,
well.
you've been a freak since like birth though. When you were
But it was Rowan
describing your little
Bale. He kicked
notebook.
it to the city end in the opposite pocket. He
I love
fell
it.
over his own foot, and then he broke his navicular. And he was never the same, never played for us. Then he went to Geelong. Now he's a photographer. Anyway, Mitch Clark is my guy.
Wow, you
Whoa.
know so much about that.
Whoa. Venom from you as well.
Yeah.
Bit of venom there.
I'm a freak.
I'm a freak.
I don't know who's played under 100 games, like unless it's the obvious ones
But
that are in the team now. Okay.
Well, nah, I won't do
Chris
that.
Dawes is the opposite to what we're doing right now. He's the worst.
Do I
of
get
under
to
100
look it up
games.
on my
Don't
phone?
shout out Chris Dawes, Nick. No. So I've got one. Now, obviously, there's the Jessies of this world and the Liams of this world. That's a duh.
Yeah.
They'd be right at the top of the list.
Yeah.
I've got one who left after 2004, and he was very good. And he left after 2004. I just need
TJ
Nah. Well, TJ played more than 100.
for the D's, definitely.
Travis?
Yeah.
Of course he
Yeah,
did.
150. He would have got to 150.
Travis.
Of course he
Not
did.
200.
No, probably not 200, but of course he did. Now, there's one. There's
Slow
one.
down. No, let's not get emotional.
He ended up playing 300 games. So he went on to a different club and he ended up playing 300 games. So he's a very good player and he sprung into my mind. I was like, fuck, he was good. He was good. And he's not that obscure, but he was very good.
Oh, if you play 300 games, it's you're not obscure.
Well, no. If you're a footy nuffy, generally, you should know. But yeah,
Left in 2004. What posse?
midfielder.
Midfielder.
Yeah. This is good. This is good.
Okay.
You
Wow,
can sit on it.
This is the shittest list.
What?
Sorry, I was just
Who's on
trying to
it?
look it up on my phone, and it's just not accurate.
Well, Lucas Cook's not on there.
It came up
so-
with Aaron Davey. He played over.
This is
100
killing
games.
me. This question.
Lucas Cook and Luke Molan was the other one. He can't be on there either. No.
Tab Scott. I love Tab Scott.
Oh, Tappy. we putting Tappy in?
Nah.
Did he play less than
You're
100?
coming up with the
Oh,
wackest
yeah.
people.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely
We're
less than
chucking
100.
Tappy in.
I'm not putting him in. I just liked him.
Okay.
He showed signs early.
So I've asked Ethan, I emailed him just before the show to send us his list.
Ethan,
Oh, you
thank
did?
you. So
he
what was
reply?
that? What was that midfielder?
Scott Thompson.
Okay, yeah,
That's a good one, isn't it?
yeah.
Yeah. One of the ones that sprung. Cam, we happy with that one? Yeah, that was a good one. Thank you. Yes. I'm going to take some kudos there.
Hold on, mate. he's not winning your games like Mitch Clark.
The Mitch Clark thing has thrown me. You're so angry. It's like you think about it every second day.
I loved him.
Okay.
As a demon when he played.
Do we go to the next one, Penny?
Alan Jakovic.
Oh
my God, I
he's
haven't
gotta
thought
be in
about
there.
him.
Oh my God, he's the number one.
Oh yeah, that's
number
great
one.
Shout.
That's
Yeah.
number one. We would always rank them.
How many games?
We need to go through what he's put up.
Well, Ethan's going to send it through.
Imagine that forward line: Mitch Clark, Alan Jakovic,
54 games,
Liam
208
Jara.
goals.
Yeah, I know.
That is fucked.
It is. Well said. That's
Yeah.
a perfect word to describe it.
He kicked the most goals out
That's
of
my
anyone in the
answer.
first 50 games, right?
Alan Jakovic. Unbelievable. Well, you did well because you got the number one player. He would
Yeah, I
be
use
number
my
one.
phone though, so.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right. You
I'm
probably,
learning. I'm just a gal.
Do you cheat at pub trivia as well?
Absolutely not. How dare you? I'm shit at trivia and I'll just be shit. That's fine.
That's okay. You don't need to be good.
How
You're good at
you
DJing.
trivia?
Only sport and geography.
No,
Very
I'm not
good.
good.
At
I'm not
geography.
even good at the music section because it's all like 80s, like.
I'm
pop.
okay
I'm alright
music.
at 80s
I'm
pop,
okay
but-
music. I'm better like sport. I thrive. Geography. I thrive. Everything else.
If only they asked about obscure ambient like tracks from the 90s, then I'd be all right. But
Yeah, politics, like pop culture. I'm the worst at. I know nothing about that shit. Honestly.
couldn't name one famous person unless they're
Movies terrible. Don't watch many.
hate
Dunno.
movies. Don't have attention span for
Ooh.
that. Sorry, Marca.
Oh, Marca, you love.
Dylan
movies.
hates
Love
it.
film.
What's your number one film?
Lord of the Rings Fellowship of the Ring.
Are you serious?
It's one of my favorites.
Mine's The Castle.
Yours is The Castle.
Yeah.
Or, and then you've got your City of Gods, your Lantanas, your Waking Fright.
Thank you. I think we're similar.
Waking Fright, have you seen that?
No, but I reckon you and Kingo would have a similar.
We have spoken at length about
Yes.
the world of cinema.
All right, let's move
go
on.
No one wants to listen to this shit.
No. Olivia, thank you.
Hey guys, this isn't so much about the game on the weekend, but my dad's came up with a theme song for Harry Sharp. His name's Nathan Spiteri. Just give him credit.
Go, Nathan.
He sings the lyrics to Baby Shark every time Harry Sharp kicks a goal, but obviously changes Baby Shark or Mummy Shark to Harry Sharp. It's pretty catchy and just thought people should get around it.
So we're going to start singing it?
You've probably heard this a million times.
So many times.
It's actually kind of good.
Ooh. Is there a bass in it?
It's fat.
Harry Sharp. Harry Sharp. Harry Sharp.
I didn't know this had such a fat beat to it.
Harry Sharp.
You can tell the one guy who has
Harry
kids.
Sharp.
Yeah, I know.
And the one kid that loves soccer. Harry Sharp. No, I'm not going to do that. That's enough. That was really good though from Olivia.
Is it Tub?
Nah.
Oh, sorry, Olivia.
And the only reason why it's not, and I'm not being harsh, Olivia. And
Nah, be harsh.
Shout out to Nathan.
Be honest.
Her husband. That song has fucking eroded my brain as a father. It has killed my brain. Seriously. There was a moment when Harry was in that age and I was just like,
But like
no more.
the Bluey theme
Kills me.
song is so
I
fresh.
heard that the Wiggles put
Kills
out a
me.
country album and it's really good, so you should chuck that on.
My favourite's this guy called Blippy. He's got some bangers. So, yeah. Anyway, I won't get into it.
Mine was like
And
growing
with Dolly
up.
Parton. Dolly Parton and the
A bit
Wiggles.
older, but Hey Arnold's theme was just
Oh, what?
Electric.
Hey Arnold's one of my favourites. as a kid.
Unbelievable.
Far out.
They just
Unbelievable
don't make
show.
them like they used to.
They don't.
Yeah.
It's true.
Okay. Next one is from.
Can we do a
don't-
top, like a first 22 of like old 90s Nickelodeon characters?
We are
could.
so off topic.
You could. We're going to go to We Don't Like Pickett. Oh no. And the email sent in is we love him at flag.mcg.
Huge.
So we're going to have a listen to this one.
Yeah. Huge track.
I said we don't like Pickett.
Oh, no.
We love him.
Huge.
We don't like Pickett.
I fucking love this.
We love him.
Because Hutto made a call in the
yeah.
commentary similar to this.
Did he?
Yeah.
What quarter was that?
When he binned that goal from 50 on the boundary, he was basically like, we don't like Cozzy. We love him. Like it's something very similar to that. So
I didn't- I didn't align.
topical,
I didn't align the two.
I haven't listened to the replay. So,
you were there,
watch the replay.
No, I watched the replay.
I haven't
Many
yet.
times.
I'm saving it for a rainy day.
Do you know the only reason I watched the replay twice was just to go Nuggets on our thread about AJ. Seriously. AJ was involved in about 5 to 6 goals.
Yeah, but there was heaps of goals.
Yeah, but there was this notion of like stat sheet. Now I love my
You're the one that pulls out all the stats.
I know.
Stat daddy.
I'm more about the vibes.
I thought Mick Dadsey was pretty funny today.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it was all right. It didn't get enough love. Kind of annoyed me, but that's all right.
That's the first time I've heard it.
I'm not the funny guy in the thread. I know that.
Oh God!
I know they're just too.
Sorry, fuck.
They're just too funny for me in that
There's some
thread.
there's some big personalities.
I think Adsey's the funniest though.
Just wait until I enter the building.
Whoa!
Fucking
Will
step
you get in
aside.
there? I mean, I reckon that's on Nuggets and Adsey. Will you get in there?
Do a little poll. Find out. I dare
What
you.
if it's 2-2?
Then I win.
Oh, and then you're in.
it goes to kangaroo court from there.
What happens in Kangaroo Court?
Oh, we'll find out.
What the fuck?
Who's the
Okay,
judge?
just
Nick
play
Larkey.
Play the next thing.
Okay, all right. The next one's from Anita, and I love this
Oh,
because she is a
Neats.
true demon. This
David
lady.
Yates, is it?
No.
Fantastic day today, Dee. So proud of you. You all put in. You're all fantastic. Go Clary. Go track. Go everybody. My son had the most fantastic day at the game today. Thank you again.
Fucking incredible.
Thank
Heart
you.
and soul. That's Tub.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's Tub.
Love you, Anita.
Beautiful.
Got our first tub.
Love you, Anita. Just on Anita, I had a flashback to when we interviewed David Neitz many, many years ago with Nuggets. And Nuggets asked him a question, and he said to Nita, he goes, Nita, are you okay with the fact that I had an ex-girlfriend called Anita and I used to call her Nita?
Didn't
Is that true?
he call her Dave?
Oh, I don't think I fucked it.
I'm pretty
No
sure.
wonder, no wonder they're a sex.
I think I cooked
No wonder
it.
they're an
Yeah,
ex.
you did.
Did he call her Dave?
He would call her Dave.
Oi, number
Done.
9.
Even better. He called her. He probably called her Dave. Why would he call her Nita? It's so close to Anita. That's
Yeah.
fucking stupid from me.
Hey,
But I think he
speaking.
called her Dave.
He did.
He did call her Dave.
Oh God! I mean, it was still really funny.
I really set myself up for it, and then I failed, and that's why I'm.
But we
yeah.
got there in the end,
That's why I'm not the funniest guy in the
and
thread.
that's why they're no longer together because he called her Dave.
Yeah, it
that's what
would have
I
worn
said.
thin, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dave.
I just wanted to say while we're on the topic of heart and soul,
Yes.
I got a message from a listener, Amy. So I wanted to shout out Amy
Shout out
Bell,
Amy.
who
Shame.
carted her newborn baby and 2 other children from Phillip Island
Mm-hmm.
to the G, and I was just like, that is heart and soul.
Amy.
Legend.
Yeah. Shout out, Amy.
Amy hits up the page from time to time. Love the messages. It's hard to get back to everyone. When you're winning, it's real hard. But we love it.
Because
And
they're all coming through.
well done,
You can
Anita.
pass.
They're all coming through. Well done, Anita.
That
and
was beautiful.
well done to me for fucking that joke up.
On you, Dave.
That was
It
excellent.
was still really funny. It was still really funny, I promise.
Oh, thanks, Penny.
Even though you're not going to be the
comfy.
funniest in the...
No, I know. It never will be. But I've accepted my reality, my fate in that group.
Yeah.
Every now and then.
He's a stats guy. You can never be funny. Trust me, I am a researcher.
No, I get it. I absolutely get it. All right, we're going to go to Ned. I like this one from Ned, and it sounds like he had a few frothies, so good on him.
Sounds stubby.
Oh, Ned's loading. He's doing that loading thing. We're going to load him again, and then we'll get back to him. So Ned has sent in, and Ned clearly likes Track's cooking because he says something quite funny about it.
Tell you what, there is only one Cosy Pickett. Fuck me. Could have had fucking 9. How good's that?
Could have had 9.
I think it's clear to everyone in the comp, and to me especially, we're by far the best team in the comp. Petrarca is a glorious man, and I'll be eating. I'll be cooking all of his meals from now on. Like, oh my god, every single one that he posts, going straight in the gob. Max Gorn, he's I had a chat with my mate about this the other day. He is the LeBron James of the AFL.
Oh, it's so
and
true.
he'll be playing till he's 45, hopefully. And, Cozzy Pickett is just incredible. Jake Bowie for the Brownlow. Let's go D's.
What else is there?
St Kilda Scumbags next week.
St Kilda Scumbags. Okay.
I love it. I feel like also with with Gawn, hopefully he plays to 45, like he said. Maybe how like sometimes bigger animals live longer. Maybe.
So what is he? What animal is he? A whale.
Well, there's some
Whatever lives
small
the
animals that
longest.
live quite long.
Like what?
Well, you've got the freshwater Tasmanian crayfish, which can live up to about 90 years old.
Jellyfish live forever.
You are a freak.
Jellyfish live forever apparently.
Tell us some more. What else is small and lives for long?
Well,
Jake Bowie, hopefully.
Giraffes are big, but they have the same amount of neck bones as humans. Do you know what can actually cockatoos, sulphur-crested
Holy
cockatoos,
shit, I
can
opened
live
a
for
bag of
about
worms.
70 to 80 years old?
He's a bit of a cockatoo.
You are a freak and I love you. Okay.
How long?
I grew up
how
on
long-
Simpsons and David Attenborough. I know
How long
a
do
lot of animal
giraffes
facts.
live?
Giraffe, 50, 40s, 50s.
Oh, no, I can't. No.
Blue whales can go a long time.
100 plus.
They can get there.
They can get there. So hopefully Maxie's a blue whale or a sperm whale.
Or a cockatoo, sulphur-crested.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good.
They can get to about 90.
All right, we're going to go
Oh my
to
God.
Jake Melksham's
Okay.
number one fan is the next one. And the email was milkshakes@thegabba.com. So that's apt, isn't it?
His name and he appears. I believe it.
Jake Melksham. Jake Melksham.
The way he says it.
From the Bombers to the Demons to best on ground, goals at the Gabba and Marvel and the MCG. Jake Melksham. Jake Melksham.
The way he says it.
So tough. Oh.
Send us your proper email.
No,
Yeah,
don't.
no, don't. That's part of it.
Just send more of that.
I can't send it to. I don't know where to send it. That's the problem.
Oh, this could. Wait, what?
I don't know. I don't have an address. I can't send
Yeah,
it
we
to
already
milkshakes@thegabba.com. Can I?
Just send it to the Gabba and it'll find its way.
There's a little comments box you can put your real.
Jake Melksham. So
Gabba.
I think Dylan, my partner, saw me doing the DMS last week, and
Yeah.
he was like,
What do
"That's
you-
not your email." I was like, "Come on, mate! Like, come on."
Does Dylan follow it?
Nah,
Doesn't care.
he likes to see me win because if I lose, then it's
Fee's the same. So Fee doesn't care about sport at all. And she lives with an absolute freak of nature.
He grew up a
Mate.
Doggies supporter, but
Right.
when we played them in the grand final, he was like, "I don't care.
Yeah.
Like I want Melbourne to win."
And you were like, you got to die.
That's good. I like the separation. I think it's good for relationships.
I might be an abusive partner.
Yeah. No, I'm firmly into it. It's fine. We're going to hear this one from Chris. I like this. Some really good takes in this.
G'day, Naughtsie.
G'day.
Geez, I was there yesterday, and that was one of the better ones I've seen at the G for a very, very long time. The Clary goal felt like a moment, and one that we'll look back on and remember it. It was sort of the culmination of him on his long road back from everything he's been through, and he's playing some ripping footy at the moment. You know, just everyone was on yesterday. That's the best pressure game I've seen from us, and if we kick straight, you know, that's a 90-point, 80-point win. I wonder whether the GWS game at the start of the year, if that actually goes the other way, does our season start off a little bit better? Maybe that set us back in the trajectory and we drop our heads and we lose. The North and the Gold Coast games are still inexcusable, but we become victims of the results sometimes. And you could see even in the Hawthorn game, that was disappointing to drop that one. If we kick straight, then we probably get over the line in that one. And you can just see, I thought Goodwin's been coaching his absolute arse off since he's gone into job
Coaching his
preservation
arse
mode
off.
and job saving mode. I think he's been exceptional. Fritsch is, actually applying pressure. So there's all good stuff. Viney may come in for Spargo. but I just don't think you tinker with what we've got at the moment. Even AJ, he crashes packs. He's if he cleans up, some of the marks and that sort of thing, I just don't think you change much of what's going on there. Go Dees, love the potty. Let's go.
So
nice, love it.
I love some of those takes. Yeah. The one really quick one from me, I genuinely now believe the North Melbourne loss definitely had a flow-on effect for those next couple of rounds at least. Because I reckon we started to see signs against Geelong. We were okay there in the second quarter and the third quarter. We just didn't capitalise on scoreboard. And then there were times during the Essendon game, particularly the third quarter, where we started to see some better signs. It just wasn't sustainable enough for the entire 4 quarters. I think the North Melbourne loss in particular absolutely cooked our confidence.
There's one player that I am obsessed with right now, but I was filthy with him coming into the season. Who do you reckon it is?
Christian.
Salo.
No.
Ooh.
Not Salo?
I was angry with him.
Oh, my God.
Because of him not being able to play.
Oh.
Because he was out or because he wasn't...
Pickett.
Oh,
God. The flow on from him not being able to start.
Yeah.
Cost
it's always
us.
so bad.
Like, I even coming into the season, I was like...
Such a good point.
God, we really could use Pickett.
Absolutely.
Against GWS coming into this game.
And North.
And to lose the games that we did. And that tells you how bloody good he is.
He's a freak.
And how important he is to us.
He's a freak.
If he plays those first 3 rounds, who knows what it's like. But, he did make a good point that without this kind of, without that 0 and 5, then maybe you don't get a rejuvenated Bailey Fritsch, or maybe you don't get this complete buy-in or cohesion. I don't know. There's so many variables, but 0 and 5, you'd love just one of them.
I was going to say the same thing. I was thinking that I kind of like the trajectory that we're on, and I like, even though obviously winning more games is always better. I feel like the energy is good right now, and it's putting us, I don't know, coming from behind is always better. Sorry.
Underdogs.
No, coming from behind, bitch.
Underdogs. Being underdogs.
This is our porn podcast.
Being underdogs and having less expectation now.
I think we need that because there's been so much expectation on us since we won the flag, and it's just been an absolute shit show.
No, this is this is a good position. So weirdly, the 0 and 5 is frustrating.
Yeah, but it could be better.
It could be better. The 0 and 5 is frustrating because if we were... What are we now? 5 and 6. If we were 6 and 5 going into St Kilda and you win that and you're 7 and 5, suddenly it's a completely different conversation because we're thinking top 8. We're thinking maybe sneaky chance for top 4.
No, it'd be 6 and 6.
Yes,
which is crazy to think. Like people call like that we're this informed team, but there would be 6 and 6. Like that's the only good thing is that like the rest of the comp it's just so tight.
It's tight, but the problem we've got is. We're still probably going to have to get to 14 because of our percentage.
It's so bad.
Getting to 14 that's tough. Really tough.
Yeah, I still see us finishing either 9th or 10th.
No.
I kind of do as well. And do you know what? I don't think that's the worst thing in the world.
I think if anyone's going to jump ahead, it's going to be Freo. And the team that I can see drop down is I see Hawthorn dropping.
Do you know what?
Of course you do. Of course you do.
I'm not fully believing that it's finals. I put it this way.
There's so much footy to be played.
Beat St Kilda.
And we're 5 and 6.
If we beat St Kilda.
We've lost more than we've won. So
if we beat Collingwood, it's flag.
I'll start to believe.
Yeah.
I'll truly start to believe. If you beat if you beat Collingwood, I think you have to believe.
It's back to back to back for sure.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go...
It's a dynasty.
It's a dynasty.
We're going to go to the last one from Sammy, and then we're going to play a track and we're going to wrap up. We'll quickly do teams, ever so quickly, and then we'll...
Well, it's Sunday, so they're not going to give us much.
I know.
It'll be one...
We need to do teams, so I've got something important to say.
Oh, okay. All right. No worries. All right, we'll go to Sammy. This is the last one to wrap up, and then we've got a track to play. A very well-constructed song, I must say. Here we go.
Hey, Adrian, 36-year-old Nuffy. I love it. I love it. Angus Brayshaw. I'm still completely gutted too. But just wanted to say, guys, just listen to your potty, and I just love you guys. I seriously feel like I'm a bit of a Fruit Loop sometimes, the way I talk about footy, and same as my family. 54-year-old Nuffy here, but I just love your passion. I think the same. It's like you're all in my head. And it's great. And, you know, I just want to say, great show. Love listening to you guys. Go the Mighty D's. And I've even been singing the side B of the Melbourne Footy Club single, which is really, really sick. I don't know if you guys know it, the one that goes, everybody knows we're the demons, everybody knows we're the number one team. It's fantastic. Anyway, if you ever have a chance to get the original, it's awesome. So go, Dees.
Oh, what a legend.
We've had some bloody rippers tonight.
Yeah.
Less obviously some still musically coded, but not as many like straight songs. But that was a lot of more like heartfelt ones, which I'm just feeling the love tonight.
Yeah, that was Tub.
Sammy.
Tub.
Love you. Love club. Just love club.
Beautiful.
Just love the club.
Let's say if the signed T-shirt was going to someone this week, who would be getting
You
it?
can't do that.
Oh,
You
well,
can't do that.
It would have to go to a man called Sinks, who has produced the most mercurial of tracks.
Which is what we're about to play.
It would go
Oh, okay.
to
So we haven't heard them all yet.
Sinks. Listen to this.
Yeah, goody.
Holy fuck.
Still seasons run deep. Still red and blue 2021 shit. Guess who's back? Still doing that shit, huh, Simon? Oh, for sure. Yeah. Check me out. It's still Clayton, Fritter, Melkshire Rivers. Though we lost a lot, can't keep us down for long when we frequent the goals that we know in the slot. Hear the noise from the members, few wins on a trot. Fans, they pay homage. Barrett says D's fell off. How damn with the last flag was in 21. They wanna know if we still got it. They say the comp change. They wanna know how we feel about it. Cause he's kicking. Maxi Gorn is the name. He's ahead of the game. Still rallying us. Still missing our Gus. Still not loving the bruz. Still rock a red and blue scarf till it fuzz. Still got love for the D's reppin' MFC. Still the wins come, still having a run. Since the flag ain't too much change. I'm representing for them demons all across the land. Still in a chance to make the finals, man. Still taking my time to perfect the team. And I still got love for the D's. It's the MFC. I'm representing for them demons all across the land. Still in the chance to make the finals, man. Still taking my time to perfect the team. And I still got love for the D's. It's the MFC. Since the last time you heard from me, we lost some games. Well, hell, 0-5 wasn't the best. Kept an ear to the draft. Signed Xavier Lins. He's doing well, best kick on a team. Still, I stay close to the 8. Even when we're close to defeat, we rose to compete. Life's like finals on the edge of the seat. Treat league like training. I run till I'm tired. Wake up in the AM, smash the Lions. I bring the fire to the motherfucking Magpies. It's not a fluke, cause he pick it as the truth. And we're pissed off since we lost out in 22. Still at it, need the flag addicts. In the home of shit talking from dumb pundits. Tom Morris, Kane Corns and Dane Barrett. I dip through, then I give you MFC. I'm representing for them demons all across the land. Still in a chance to make the finals, man. Still taking my time to perfect the team. And I still got love for the D's. It's the MFC. I'm representing for them demons all across the land. Still in a chance to make the finals, man. Still taking my time to perfect the team. And I still got love for the D's. It's the MFC. It ain't nothing but red, blue shit. Another classic season for y'all to vibe with. Whether we send it to the pocket with your boy Fridge, T-Mac or Track, win that match. I'm representing for them demons all across the land. Still in a chance to make the finals, man. I'll break your streak, damn near make your season collapse. Brizzy trying to be the king, but the demons are back. Cause he's kicking back. Simon Goodwin's the name, still running the game. Still slotting goals from 50. Still ain't tripping, love to see young Turner getting busy. Getting out the bottom, mate, and staying out the bottom, mate. Improving the system, bombing long wasn't great. Running drills every day, raising standards. Still gonna win flags regardless. I'm representing for them demons all across the land. Still in a chance to make the finals, man. Still taking my time to perfect the team. And I still got love for the D's. It's the MFC.
Singing for the demons all across the land.
Still
in a chance to make the finals, man.
Still taking my time to perfect the team, and I still got love for the D's. It's the MFC.
Singing for the demons all across the land.
Still
in a chance to make the finals, man.
Still taking my time to perfect the team, and I still got love for the D's. It's the MFC. Right back up in your motherfucking ass. 1-7 plus 4 pennies. Add that shit up. MFC. Right back on top of that.
It's so on point.
It's so insane.
For the boys.
Fade it out.
Right through the sticks.
Fade it out, Nick. Sinks.
Fucking hell, mate.
Fuck.
Insane.
Like me.
I am so impressed with the musical or musicality that is coming through to the DMs now. What the fuck is happening? I feel it's been like, I mean, was it Nugget's brother who started it? And then like now people are like all going down this musical route.
The lyrics were.
I reckon we need to have like a DeeBrief event where everyone gets to do their tracks live.
Sure.
And we'll raise money.
Love to raise money.
Big debrief out.
Can I
That's it.
can I suggest something?
It is your podcast, so please do go on.
It's the People's Podcast. Can I send that to you, and can you send that to Charlie?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you tell Charlie to circulate that with the players?
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, imagine being a player listening to that.
Yeah. It would get you so G'd up.
The boys would be like, this is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, like, I don't bother the players.
Yeah.
Ever.
I mean, unfortunately I do, which is why
I don't. I'm just not that guy.
That's why, I should just not talk to them.
I don't bother the players. You're like me. Like, let them just be humans. Let them.
You should have seen me though. Like, they're standing right there and I'm like,
no, I know.
Freaking out.
But I feel like that level of quality needs to be passed on to playing group. They need to listen to that.
I can. There's been a couple of really amazing, like, well-produced tracks, and I reckon we should pass them on.
That one itself, so I'm going to send that one.
It needs to be appreciated.
The boys need to hear it.
Yeah.
I want to hear that the boys have listened to it going, fucking hell.
Yeah, I reckon it's
That is
worthwhile
insane.
trying.
Like the level, just the level
Charlie
of detail.
will definitely listen to it anyway.
The level of care that he's, like, that would have taken hours upon hours. So
To
Sinks.
write the lyrics? What the hell?
My man.
Yeah.
Sinks. Well done. It's just incredible. Incredible stuff. And do you know what? You are talented.
Yeah.
You are crazy talented. Like, that is, I don't know much about music. I used Logic once upon a time and Ableton and whatever. I know Sweet F all.
How did that go?
Shit house.
It's really hard.
That's why I've just gone back to like DJing and being a fraud. But like,
oh, when's your thing
Yeah, when's
again?
your gig?
October.
Oh, we've got
it's
so
so
much
far
time. How are we gonna? Can you give us
Play
the date?
that? Are you going to play that?
I should play it at the end.
You should open with it.
Everyone just walks away.
Still on this month.
All right, so quickly, we're going to wrap up because we're running long.
We haven't even spoken about the game.
All right, quickly. Fuck game. Seriously, this pod's not about game.
Yeah.
You come to the preview for laughs and the culture.
Culture.
The Bloods.
But, like, yeah,
The
if-
Bloods culture.
what's that-
We've got the best culture. Shut the fuck up, Sydney.
Next week we'll probably.
legs.
Next
Yeah.
week there'll
Sorry.
be a bit more about.
I got a bit aggressive.
We
there.
kind of.
I just hate Sydney.
It's more about the vibe, isn't it? This
Marbo,
week.
it's the vibe.
St
So can I do
Kilda.
ins and then quickly?
Yeah, you can do that, man.
Yeah, please do, because...
Okay, I will. Jack Viney,
Oh, okay, good.
Hell yeah.
I don't have to say my serious thing then.
Bailey Laurie, Jed Adams, Jack Henderson out, Charlie Spargo injured.
Ah,
Poor
so
fella.
Devo.
Just the one out though.
Yeah, one out, and then we get the full teams tomorrow. And then for St Kilda, Dan Butler, Jack Carroll, Angus Hasty, Max Heath out, Darcy Wilson. You reckon Dan Butler takes Darcy Wilson's spot? Jack Viney coming in. I just hope he plays a different role because I think the mix of Rivdog, Cozzy, and everything else.
Well, there's so many different rotations, so he can still come in and
Sure.
and play that role, but
Pressure forward for me. Play on Nazaya, play on Wanganeen, and try and curtail him. Defensive forward for most of the game.
I don't.
He
As
could
in,
do it.
as in Jack Viney.
Stop banging your hand on there.
Yeah, that's
It comes
annoying.
through
Stop
the
doing
mic.
that. You're meant to be a professional. Stop doing
Yeah.
that.
I think that's me wanting to rap.
He simply doesn't move like Wanganeen Miller. So that's a crazy call.
I wanted to say something about Jack Viney.
He's just not the player to go with him.
I think he could do it.
I would say it's Chin more so.
Okay, Chin.
I wanted to say something about Jack Viney because there has been this speak about him and being really tough with concussion. And that, like, you know, if anyone's going to not get concussion, it's him. But I just wanted to push back on that sentiment a little bit because
I agree.
All concussion is a traumatic brain injury. And traumatic brain injuries happen from head knocks, from blunt force trauma. Then they also happen from acceleration and deceleration of the brain in your skull. So being tough doesn't preclude anyone to TBI.
100%. Well said. I agree. Like this notion of like
acceleration in terms of like running.
The brain hitting the front or the back of your skull.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who you are.
Yeah,
if you're tough, if you're not,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
So I just needed to get that off my chest.
No, it's good. It's good. It's good. Predictions, really quickly.
But I wanted to also say that it's good that he's back because I was a little bit worried that if he was going to be out again this week, that they'd seen some brain changes through his concussion protocols that were not good.
Agree.
Yeah, it already was.
Said,
it already was like longer than you know the typical protocol.
It was long,
especially when it wasn't an incident where it was like so obvious that he's knocked out, he's being kind of carried off.
Yeah, it didn't seem that bad because I went back and looked at it a few times. It didn't seem that bad, but maybe it was just the positioning of it on the side of the head.
So,
yeah, sorry.
Do you want to kick us off?
Yes, Ross Lyon is going to make it ugly.
It would not be a good watch.
It'll be a horrible watch.
Nah, because he's going to be on Fuego again. They love him in Alice. It's going to be fucking sick.
No, we don't love it up there, actually.
No, we don't, but they love him in Alice. And
hell yeah.
Just seeing the bloody beautiful orange mountains.
Three things. Ross will make it ugly. He will not allow us to move the ball in the way that we've moved the ball, particularly from our back half. He will clog it up. He will make it a shit show.
How?
You just get men behind the ball. Don't press up on the ball carrier. He'll just make it ugly. It'll be ugly, and we have to accept that. So that's the first thing. The second thing is we love Alice Springs as a club and what it's done for us in terms of bringing the community into the picture and what we do for these Indigenous people, and I'm so fucking proud to be a Melbourne supporter that does that. I think it's fantastic. Well done, Melbourne. I reckon we're the trailblazer in the AFL.
Yeah, for sure.
However, we have not done well in Alice in recent times and over the journey. And we need...
What is it, 50-50? Or maybe even lost more?
That Freo game or...
The Freo game. The worst one was...
Mate, I was there.
The worst one was GWS with you watching it pub in the north. That was terrible.
That was weird.
We kicked like 6-16 or...
But going back to your point, Penny, about Cozzy, he saved us one game against, was it Port Adelaide?
Yeah, I think I'm thinking of that game and I'm vibing that's going to happen.
I think that's the only time he's kicked 6 as well because he's kicked 5 against Brizzy.
He'll be kicking a 7 or 8 one game.
Of course. So those are my points. Wanganeen, Malira, very important for them. Someone's got to do a defensive role. Jack Higgins, very, very, very good.
Yep, good shout.
Rowan Marshall, a very good ruckman as well. They've got enough individual talent. I just hope Melbourne break their spirit early in the game because they're a team that's devoid of confidence at the moment.
Yeah.
It's going to be dry, which helps because we've had soggy decks in the past, which haven't helped us.
Soggy decks?
It was perfect.
Did I say decks?
Nah.
Oh, Jesus.
They were perfect conditions last year.
Sorry.
I was like, did I say Dax? And I think Melbourne will get it done, but we're going to get it done ugly and we'll only win by 15 points. Don't be surprised if it's even at three-quarter time.
That's a bad sign for Melbourne. We never want it to be even at three-quarter time.
No. I back us in now. I think we've figured it out. I think fourth quarters will be fine. I'm going to go for 15-point win and Clayton Oliver to continue his resurgence and be the best on ground with 30-odd, kick a goal and have 10 tackles.
Huge. I like it.
Done.
I'll say we
Stats
win
man.
by 30.
Here's a stats man. Shibba-deep-deep-deep.
Jesus.
Sorry.
No, sorry.
I'm just
Keep
so
going
musical.
with that. I feel like, yeah, I mean, they kind of, our halfbacks have been playing awesome, but they kind of, That's how they win with like Sinclair and the
Sinclair, very good player.
You know, there's a couple of them where they need that, but I just feel like our more mature defenders, featuring Disco, will subdue the likes of Mitch Owens and that, and I feel like it'll just be May. It'll be a vintage performance from May.
Love that.
Love that.
Yeah.
I want to see Maisie
What did we-
back up and about.
30 point win, vintage May. We finally we get another win in Alice Springs, so it's a.
Does anyone announce?
Does anyone announce? Not AJ.
Sharpie?
Love it.
Sharpie,
Oh, Sharpie was awesome
Sharpie
last
will
week.
be unleashed at some point, hopefully deep in the last, and he'll come on and do his thing.
I actually am starting to like him.
I liked his performance on the weekend.
I
It was
always
good.
liked him.
All right, Pen.
Yeah, I'm
JVR's favourite.
I reckon I'm thinking we're going to go back to that Port Adelaide game. I'm thinking that because he's going to be up and about again, he's going to kick 4, and we're going to win by 24 points.
Nice.
Okay, that's a quiet day for Cozzy. Only 4.
Yeah. Must get subbed out at some point.
But maybe he's a bit tired, you know.
For sure.
It's been a big couple of weeks.
It has. Okay, I like it. I love it. We've run long. Sorry, Nick.
It's clear that I don't know anything about St Kilda Football Club, but that's absolutely fine. Who
that's
cares?
absolutely fine. Cam's just sitting here. He's like, fuck these guys talking
I know.
absolute nonsense.
I know.
That's
Especially when we're on the the DMs, and you couldn't
what?
hear them.
When?
No, he can't hear them, so he's just sitting there like, what the fuck is going on?
Oh, play him that song.
Oh, you
Please.
haven't heard the song? Oh, well, you just has to watch the show or listen to the show.
God,
Simple.
please.
Just skip to where the song gets played, Cam.
It's the MFC.
It's the MFC. Fucking get it done.